We say it all year long. Our league is a very good league. Teams that we play week in and week out are very competitive and very close, and oftentimes the difference between a win or a loss comes down to a handful of plays over the course of a game. And certainly when you take a look back at this one, it's a game we could have won, and obviously we're disappointed. We feel like we should have won, and you look back on it, and the people that I'm most disappointed for are the seniors that are leaving the program, because I thought that they showed a tremendous amount of leadership all year to hold this football team together, considering the numbers of injuries that we battled through. But when you look back at the football game, there's plays in there that we could have won. And those plays, whether they happened in the first quarter, the second quarter, third quarter, they happen all throughout the game. And we have to be better. The next step in the progression, of course, is, now we have this week, and then our kids will go on a little break for Thanksgiving. So right now we're meeting with our players, and they're meeting with us as coaches, and we're talking to them about some of the things that they need to work on as they go through the off season, and then shortly after that they'll get a little bit of chance to get away for Thanksgiving and take a week break, and then as soon as they get back from that, they will be back with our strength coaches, and they'll be going to work and getting themselves ready for the following season, and we're looking forward to that. In the meantime, as a coaching staff, we'll be out and we'll be on the road, and we'll be recruiting and trying to bring forward the next recruiting class that will play for us here at Michigan Tech. It was not a plan. Obviously, some of the skilled people that we had played, I thought stepped up and I thought did a very good job. I thought Tyreek Wicks ran the ball very well at the end of the Northern Michigan game, and again in this Northwood game, I thought he did some very good things as a tailback for us. But it was an injury to Jared Smith that he received late in the third quarter of the Northern Michigan game, and then again re-injured it or re-aggravated it here in the Northwood game that allowed or had Tyreek getting in there and playing a bunch. And then kind of the same thing with Will Ark. He also had an ankle injury that he aggravated during the Northern Michigan game, and that got re-aggravated during the Northwood game, and so he did not play. So Kyle Wood stepped in, and I thought Kyle Wood really did a very nice job. For a freshman in that situation, I thought he really did a very good job and was very happy with his performance. Well, I think one of the things is, yes, now they get a chance to have played in some games. And get some experience because of the injuries, and again they get a chance to see what GLIAC opponents are all about, the level of play that they need to expect to, and I think that's very important when you go into the off season, when you go into the weight room. You have to have a purpose of what you're lifting for and why you're lifting, and obviously you can take a look back and you say, okay, now I've played in some GLIAC games. I know what my level of expectation is. I know, where I have to try to improve myself to get to the next level, and where we have to improve ourselves as a team to take a step to the next level. Hey, could we have been a 7-3 football team this year? Yes. I think we very well could have been. We ended up as a 4-6 team. But what are the steps that we can take in the off season to try to make that happen and develop that to get to that next level and get to that upper echelon in this football league? And some of those guys did gain that experience.